talking about the new weapon banner that has been officially announced now. So we will be getting the Freedom Sworn rerun, of course, as expected, right? And the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds Catalyst rerun as well. So I'll be talking about that as well as the 4 stars that will be appearing on the weapon banner as well. I just posted the video where I talked quickly about the the character banner for Phase 1, which is Klee, Thoma, kazuha, ningguang, and shikanoin heizou. So if you're interested, check that out. All right, so let's just start with the 5 stars. Are these must-pulls anymore at this stage in the game as we enter 2.8 and going towards Sumeru 3.0 and beyond? Freedom Sworn. As you can see, this weapon is specifically for Kazuha. There aren't really that many other characters that can really fully utilize this. The unfortunate part and my major gripe with this is that the weapon is not a katana. It's not a Japanese-style sword, an Inazuma-style sword. It is, unfortunately, a Mondstadt series sword. So that is my big gripe. Also, the color scheme does not match. We will be getting a new weapon in 2.8 called the Cursed Blade, which is part of Kazuha's story quest, Act 1. Unfortunately, though, it does not seem like that weapon is going to be a 5-star weapon. Obviously, it's going to be a 4-star, and does not appear to be a refinable weapon. So that aside, we don't have it yet, and I'm going to talk about that separately. I did talk about it previously after the live stream a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and now as we enter towards 2.8, is the Freedom Sworn still worth getting for Kazuha? It is only if you love your Kazuha and if you're willing to gamble on the weapon banner. It is not a sword that other users can use. For example, like if we just go through all the roster of sword characters here that have been released, Ayato is not going to use it. Ayaka, Jean, they're not really going to use it. Like you could put it on Jean, but it's not going to be like her best. Kaching, Bennett, Beidou, the Traveler, maybe the Traveler, but not really, yeah. And then, Kuki Shinobu, some people argue that you could, but why would you put the 5-star sword that you have to gamble on the weapon banner on her? She's not even that good of a character, to be honest. Chi-Chi for sure, no. And then, Xingqiu and Kaya, no, not really, right? So let's be real here. The Freedom Sworn is made for and is only for, currently, Kazuha, and it is not a must-pull because it's just too niche. If you were to give a weapon to Kazuha, what you can do is give him the Iron Sting, which is arguably the cheaper craftable version, which is fine. As you can see, I've leveled mine up as well. I don't have very many refines for it, but I did level it. So I was actually leveling it because I was considering giving it to Kuki Shinobu, but I didn't bother. So then another option, other options that you could give him, just as a quick overview, I'm going to do a more detailed updated review of Kazuha, so this is just a very quick and dirty one. Other quick ones, you can give him the Amanoma, which is a craftable, and it is a katana, and it does look good on him at least, right? If you have extra 5 stars lying around, I don't know if you pulled extra Harans and Mistsplitters that you didn't refine into each other, maybe you can make it work for stat stick purposes, but he doesn't really benefit much from the crit stuff unless you built him that way. And then lastly, he will just be fine with a sacrificial or a Favonius weapon as well. But let's just not go into that too deep right now. Okay, so now in terms of the 4-star swords on the banner, let's get back on track here. There's the Alley Flash, which I don't own. I actually had one previously and I foddered it away. This is a long time ago. It is not a weapon that most characters can use. It's also a gacha weapon that's a Mondstadt limited series. I don't recommend the Alley Flash. I don't think many people have it. Some people, maybe the big streamers, do have it at R5 when it first came out and or rerun. I'm not a fan of it. I don't really care for it. I believe the passive has something to do with maybe not being on field or something, but it's not really my thing. Okay, so let's just skip that. So back to the Freedom Sworn, I don't think it's a must-pull. Let's just quickly go over to the Lost Prayer now. This weapon is available on the standard banner. It is also available if you lose on the weapon banner, lose the 50-50. It also does have its rate-ups here and there. This is not the first time it's been rerun. It rerun a few times already. As you can see, I have 3 copies of it. I refined 2 of them for my baby Klee. But yeah, this weapon would be good on Shikanoin Heizou, who is making his debut in 2.8, but it's not necessary for him. Let's be real here. You don't need to give this to him. But if you do happen to have copies and you know no other characters using it, then you can give it. This is a good weapon that's universal. It's good for Klee, as you can see. I put it on Ningguang. It's good for her too. It can be good on Yaemiko. I didn't give that to her, of course, but it can be for her. It can also be good for Yanfei, as you can see. It will not be good for Sucrose and Kokomi, and not necessarily for Mona, although some people may have turned it into something good for her, but there are other options for Mona, as you can see. And Lisa, no one really uses. So that's that. And then Shikanoin Heizou could be good for it, but it's not necessary to get for him. I would say it's a skip, okay? So this is not a must pull either, okay? Overall, I would say that this weapon banner is a skip, but let's just continue on. 4 stars on this banner are going to be the Witzith. This is an awesome weapon, especially if you have Yaimiko and you did not get her Kagura's Verity. That one is also a very good weapon, but that was very niche, and not very many Catalyst users actually are damage dealers that you need. So hence I didn't get that one either. Witzith is just as good. And as you can see, I've been building up another Witzith here, and this is what I'm actually going to probably give to my Heizou. I was considering giving him the Jotoko Tails, but I think he's more of a crit damage, crit build character, so probably I think we're just going to go with the Witzith for him. So I think it's a great weapon. If you guys and girls don't have copies of this weapon and you're trying to get some, maybe this is your opportunity. But I will say overall though, this weapon banner is not that good unless you're okay with getting either the Freedom Sworn or the Lost Prayer as well. If you're okay with either of those weapons, then all the more to ya. Okay, just to round out the remainder of the 4-star weapons, let's just quickly go down the line here. So there will be a Favonius lance for the 4-star lance, and I put it on Yunjin, but this is a very universal lance, Favonius lance. Now, this is not the first time it's been rated up. Favonius weapons are very common. You can get them even when they're not rated up. They come back on and off throughout all the weapon banners. There's no rush to get this, but this is a really good placeholder weapon, especially if you're starting out for any polearm user, any. So let's just keep that simple there. Moving along, we are talking about now claymores. The next one is going to be this, the Rain Slasher. This currently does not have a user that's dedicated to using it. Maybe as we move forward to Sumeru with new characters, maybe there will be someone that can utilize this better. Some people have used it on a niche way for, Sayu or Beidou, etc. This is not a great weapon, I'm going to be very honest. No one can fully utilize it right now, but maybe moving forward, as Hoyoverse already kind of leaked and drip marketed a little bit, there may be a Claymore character coming that could use this, but you never know. We don't know yet. So right now, this weapon is not a good weapon, I would just say. No one's really using it, and I haven't leveled it up, but I did keep it at R5 here and just left it here. And last but not least, let's go to bows. Now, I don't have that weapon but it is Fischl's weapon. It's the something Mitternach Waltz or something. It's in German, I can't pronounce it. But it's Fischl's weapon, I'll be honest. Other bigger streamers already did poll for that weapon, and I think they refined it as well when it first debuted. I think it's come back a few times. It's not a good weapon. I don't have it on the screen, but it's not a good weapon. Let's just put it that way. People said that Fischl can do better with other weapons. As you can see, I put Blackcliff on her, but she can do well with the Windbloom Ode for those veteran players from 1.2 and on. She'll do fine with basically any of these like Favonius or Sacrificial or Stringless. She'll be fine with Stringless for sure. She'll be fine if you got extra elegies, and she'll be fine with a lot of options, okay? So there's no need to go and get the Mitternach Waltz or whatever it's called for her. People said it's not cool. It's not that good, but it looks cool on her because the color scheme matches her, the black and the purple. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the weapon banner. I just want to quickly summarize here. I will say it's a big skip for me. I'm not pulling on this weapon banner at all. I'm staying away from it. I already own the weapons, that's why. But also, even if I wasn't owning the weapons, but I had the characters already, because I do love these two characters, that's why I was willing to get their actual signature weapons for them way back when. But for those of you moving forward, if you are getting these characters first time now, or if you're interested in them, I feel like you could kit them out if you really wanted to and risk on the weapon banner if you're okay with it. But overall, it's a skip, especially because we're entering towards 3.0 and Sumeru, and there'll be new weapons, new enemies, new reactions, new characters, new everything, right? So I don't recommend pulling on this weapon banner. All right, so if you're interested in hearing more from me, please check out my other videos, because my next video, I will be talking about the Cursed Blade coming for Kazuha. It'll be a really short video. And then I'll be talking about the 3.0 new characters, my thoughts on them. I'll be making predictions about the rerun banners for 3.0, as well as I'll be talking about the Fatui Harbingers, which were recently revealed last night. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you.